Hello, this is Neil Walters with another video for crypto learners. In this video, I want to show you how you can use Bittrex, which is another exchange. And the first thing you want to do before you use an exchange is you have to know which exchange you want to use. So today I want to buy a coin called WAX. So I've gone here to coinmarketcap.com and I search for WAX. And you can see today's price is about 6 cents a coin. And then to know where it's traded, you go down here and see these different tabs. You're going to click on markets and you scroll down, and you usually want to pick one of the more popular ones. I've never even heard of Upbit, but I already have an account with Bittrex. So I usually look for in the top, say 3 or 4, and see if they have Binance or Bittrex. So actually in this video, I was going to show you that I wanted to do a trade for Binance. So for this one, I'm actually going to do it on Bittrex. That was Wax coin. If we go to WaltonChain, which is WTC is the symbol, it's about $1.80, and we go to its markets, and there you see Binance is the #1 place to buy that coin. And you have to have the trading pair is Bitcoin to WaltonCoin. So I'm going to move some of my funds over to the Binance in order to make a trade. So the first thing you need to do is plan your trade. This is a tool called Draw.io that I'm using. It's free. It works with Google Drive. And this was one I did in a prior video. So what I want to do is make a copy of this chart, and then we're going to make a new plan of what we're going to trade today. So you can do this on a piece of scratch paper, of course. I want to trade here, as we mentioned, for WaltonCoin. Was that the one I think I just said? Or was it Wax? I already forgot. I want to buy them both, but they're on different exchange. Okay, this is WaltonCoin. It's WTC. And I hope to put it in my Exodus wallet, but I haven't yet checked actually to see if Exodus wallet supports that coin. So that's going to be a question. And then instead of going to Bittrex, we're going to go to Binance here, another popular exchange. And then on Binance, I'm going to have to sell my Bitcoin Cash and trade it for some form of dollars, or actually I think there I'm going to have to go to Bitcoin because they don't have a USD trading pair. And I'm going to buy WTC with Bitcoin, and then I will have my final goal is the same as this. So this at the top is my goal, and these are the steps to achieve my goal. So sometimes you just have to plot it out on a piece of paper, plan out your trade, and then go do it, because your funds may be on one exchange or in one wallet, and you might want to ultimately end up with another coin in another wallet. And there's a tool called Shapeshift, by the way, or a website that sometimes converts your coins for you, but I don't think they have WaltonCoin. So the next step is, okay, we're going to go back to Binance, and I click the wallet page. Of course, I've already signed on, used my two-factor authentication. You can see I have some EOS tokens sitting here, and if you say hide small balances, then for instance all the things that have a close to a zero balance are not displayed. Sometimes you end up with little fractional amounts left over when you make these trades, like there's 4 cents in USDT. Okay, not much you can do with 4 cents, right? So when you hide the small balances, it just shows your major holdings. So now I want to actually show all the wallets and make sure they have Bitcoin Cash here. So find BCH-ABC, that's the right one. And I want to do a deposit. And they give me the address where to deposit to over here on the right, which I may mask when I actually edit this video. And it warns you to send only BCH-ABC to this address. Otherwise, you could potentially lose your coins. So as we talked about the other day, if you're a beginner, you might want to send just $1 or $2 of that coin there and make sure it works. Otherwise, if you're more seasoned, you might want to send a little bit more. But even in your season, you might want to be careful. Never send more than you're willing to lose, because you could make several mistakes. So in a previous video, I showed how to transfer from Coinbase to a foreign exchange. So that's why I'm going to go do that now, and I'm not going to repeat that in this video. If you want to see how to do that, go back and watch the previous video where I sent some Bitcoin Cash to Bittrex. Now, you notice down here, this little box, it says coins will be deposited after 2 network confirmations. Well, in the video I did the other day with the other exchange called Bittrex, they required 20 confirmations. So it actually took me about 6 or 8 hours once I sent the BCH, the Bitcoin Cash from Coinbase, before I could begin my trades on Binance. Bitcoin Cash right now seems to be taking, I can't remember, 20, 30 minutes maybe per confirmation. Ideally, it would be 10. So I may have to wait about 20 or 30 minutes before my Bitcoin Cash is here. So if I just click the back key, let's just see if we can see the status of it here. Scroll down looking for BCH again. Oh, I'm sorry. When I click that, that's actually taking me to what they call their exchange, which is what I'll have to do when I want to trade it for Bitcoin. It opened it in a new browser window. So, yeah, there's no indication right now that it's pending or anything. Oh, here. Sometimes they have a link up here called pending items. What about if we go all the way to the bottom? Nope. See, every exchange is a little different. Sometimes you just have to poke around and learn how it works. Okay, I just found a new screen that I want to show you. Too many coins here. So I do find BCH again. Click deposit. This is the same screen we're on before, so I'm going to be masking that. But if you scroll down, you'll see your deposit history. And here you can see it says confirming 1 of 2. What's interesting about that is I began this transaction at 1:20, and according to my numbers at 1:53 p.m. on the blockchain, I had 2 confirmations. So maybe this is just a little bit behind. Maybe he goes and scrapes the blockchain every 5 minutes to see if the confirmations are there. He's apparently not real time. So when I transferred the funds from Coinbase, it took me over here to the BCH.BTC.com, which we could call the Blockchain Explorer for a Bitcoin Cash. And this is my transaction ID here, which I'll be masking out. And then this is the number of confirmations that I've got. And it says I have 2 confirmations. Now, in a previous video, I explained what confirmations are, but let's just recap that real quick. If we go to here, to the home page of Blockchain Explorer, it's going to give you a list of all the most recent blocks. And you can also see here how long they've been taking. So see here from 34 minutes ago to 5 minutes ago, that was like 29 minutes for that block to be created. But the one before that was 42 minutes to 34 minutes, which would have been only 8 minutes. And you can just see how far back it goes here. So like here, looks like there were 3 made within an hour. This hour had 4 of them made, 4 blocks. So it looks like the average block time is between 15 minutes and maybe 20 some minutes. So I'm guesstimating that in just another few minutes, if I keep refreshing the screen here, it will tell me that I've got my 2 confirmations, but see, it still says only 1 out of 2 here. Now that is a clickable link, so I'm going to click it and see what happens. Oh, it actually just gives me my transaction ID, which then if you click that, it's probably going to go back to the Blockchain Explorer again. Now this time they're using blockchain.com, where a few minutes ago I was using one called BTC.com. So there's more than one Blockchain Explorer that you can use. Just trying to show you how these little screens connect together and what all these little crazy codes here mean and why when you click on them, what's going to happen. Okay, so my balance of 2 BCH has been added over here to the Binance wallet, and I want to do some trading. So if we review what I'm trying to do here, so let's review our trading plan. I have transferred my Bitcoin Cash to Binance. I now need to stay on Binance and to trade that for Bitcoin, and then I can trade Bitcoin for WTC, which is called WaltonChain. So here, if we go back to the top, there's an exchange. I've been in the wallet section so far, right? So I want to go to the exchange, and let's use basic. So what it did was show me the last thing I was trading here, which is EOS. So if I want to switch, there's a couple of tricks. Number one is I could just go to the URL here and I could put, for instance, maybe WTC_BTC, but let's do it the more GUI, the graphical user interface way. You go to this page called markets, and you can see all the different markets. Now, is there a way to filter this? I'm just curious here. So USDT is a form of a US dollar called Tether, I believe. Wow, it takes a while to go through all these. So let's see if Tether has a trading pair with WTC. And I did a find command, WTC. I don't see that they do. But if I click BTC markets, find WTC, there it is. So that's the market I want to use. Okay. So I click on that link, and it's going to take me to the page now where I could trade WTC for Bitcoin. But guess what? I don't have Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin Cash, right? So we actually have to go back. We have to click this one, BCH-ABC to Bitcoin. So there's different types of Bitcoin Cash. The one I have is called BitCoinCash-ABC. Now, I want to do this speedily and don't really care about the price a whole lot. So we've talked about other videos, how you can look at the charts and you can wait and you can time your orders and all that kind of thing. Or if you're just in a hurry and you want to buy or sell now, you can pay the, like a little bit of the highest price, that's available. So I want to sell my BCH. Sorry, the screen blinked again there. I want to sell my BCH into Bitcoin. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger for the video. Okay, so I'm going to just take the price they have here, and I'm going to click sell. I'm going to hit 100%. I want to sell all my Bitcoins. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put one of my BCH into WaltonCoin, and I'm going to put the other BCH into another coin, but that's not going to be part of this video. But so for now, I'm going to sell all of it into Bitcoin. So I click the sell button there. It says the limit order was created. It automatically created a limit order because of the price I specified here. So now we do as we did in other videos. We kind of play the waiting game. See if you have any open orders. See if you have a limit order. So here's my limit order to sell. Now we see how long that takes. Actually, it already blinks. See, it says my order history filled. So I asked to sell 2, and 2 have been sold, and so the order has already been finished. The open orders is gone. And so that was pretty good and fast, right? Just to confirm that, let's go check our wallet. So let's go to wallets, balance. Seems like their web pages take forever to load. Okay, I had to shrink the screen down because that large font just makes it really hard to read, and it does kind of goofy things. So here's my Bitcoin, and it says I have 0.06 Bitcoin. That doesn't sound like very much, but I brought up a calculator here, and 0.06 current price of Bitcoin is roughly 10,000. So that's $600, okay? So that does show that I have, a little more than, or whatever my 2 BCHs were worth. So now I want to go to that other trading pair that we were looking at. So we can go back up here, remember, to markets. And we're still in the BTC markets. I find WTC here. I click on that. So now I'm going to scroll down here to the buy and sell. Screen blinks again, drives me crazy. Okay, so price. Here now I want to say 50%. I want to take 50% of my Bitcoin and I want to buy WTC. Okay, and I click OK. Limit order created. There's the open order. And again, it could take 5 seconds or it could take 5 or 15 minutes or more for that order to execute, or it may never execute. We'll have to see. So based on looking at these current prices, I think it may take a long time for that order to go. So I just want to show you in this video that you can cancel that order, right? And now I can come back here. Instead of saying a limit order, I want to go to market order, put 50%. That says I'm willing to pay the market price, whatever it is, to buy that many WTCs. And you can see that one fired and filled almost instantly. Okay. So now, again, we go back to the wallet page. I find their user interface kind of weird. It just takes a while for things to load. It's like it loads it while you're sitting there watching it. And we're looking for WTC. So if I do this little trick, show the small balances, get rid of them, you can see here I have 166 WTCs. And just to double check everything, should check this before we did it. Let's get our calculator. 166 times, it's about $1.81 each. So that's about $300, which was more or less the price of my BCH that I moved over here, plus or minus some commissions along the way. And so now I own WaltonChain. Now, all we got to do is move it offline. We don't want to leave our funds sitting on an exchange. That's the best practice, to get them off the exchange, because you don't know when the exchange could possibly go under and take your coins with them. It's nice to know that WaltonChain is on my Exodus wallet. So I'll be able to hit receive here, get my public address, which I'll hide from you. And then I go back over to the exchange and I'm going to hit here withdraw. And as I try to teach you in every video, the first time you do this, don't send the entire amount. Put in your address here. And it says, please enter a valid address. Is that valid or not? So then we have to enter an amount. Let's put 2 Walton coins. That should be about $2 or $3 worth. And click submit. And for some reason, I don't think it likes my address here. He says, please enter a valid address. Okay, I see what happened. I think I was on Bitcoin. I'd have to rewind my video, and I clicked receive here, and it gave me the Bitcoin address. So this is, again, why you have to be very careful and send small amounts to test with. Even though I'd scrolled down here to WaltonChain, I don't think I'd actually clicked on it. So now that I clicked on WaltonChain, this is the logo for WaltonChain. I see WTC here now. So now I click receive, copy that address, and that should be a valid address. Again, 2 Walton coins, submit, and it wants my Google Authenticator. It's kind of weird. It's hard to see where the cursor was there. Okay, now the number changed by the time I typed it in. So we are on Binance. And now it sends me an email. It says, do you really want to do your withdrawal? So it's like doing another level of authentication. And after clicking the link in my email, I get this success screen. So now we go back to Exodus, and the WTC has not arrived yet. So from here we can click withdrawal history, and notice it says processing. So I don't know how long it takes to process. Sometimes you click that or right click it, it'll give you more information. And notice I lose a lot of my commissions here. Like I'm paying a huge commission to transfer 2 Walton coins. I said transfer 2, and they're only going to send me 1.2, so they're taking a humongous commission when you have such a small amount. So I heard the little jingle jangle of the coins, and now my coins are there. And now I'm confident that I can receive the rest of the money, so the rest of the coins. So I will repeat. I will get my receive address here, and I'll go paste it back into the withdrawal function of the wallet. So click receive, copy that code, make sure we're on WaltonChain, go back to the browser here, so back to wallet, WTC withdraw, and paste the address here, and the amount. I want as much as I can get, 153.68. We have to go through this little game again, enter this number. The numbers are confusing how they enter here. Got to go back through the little email process yet again. We get the withdrawal successful message. We click that. It says go to withdrawal history. Again, we see this little funny thing called processing, and let's give it 5 minutes and see what happens. Okay, indeed, that was about 4 to 8 minutes later. I now have my WTC sitting comfortably in my Exodus wallet. And so that concludes the demo. Let us just recap what we did. So remember, I plotted out a plan here. This was my goal, and this is how I got to my goal, my steps. I had to transfer Bitcoin Cash from Coinbase to Binance. Just so happened to be that's where my Bitcoin Cash was. It could have been on my Exodus wallet or somewhere else, but I had to transfer it from somewhere to Binance. Then on Binance, I had to go through an intermediary currency, which is usually either US dollars or USDT, TUSD, or something like that. Or if those aren't available, then we use Bitcoin. So I basically sold my BCH for Bitcoin, and then I bought my WTC for my BTC, for my Bitcoin. At that point, I had WaltonChain coins in Binance, and then again, I wanted to move them off of Binance back to my Exodus wallet so they would be safe in case anything ever happens to that exchange. So that's what we planned to do, and that's what we did. Hope that was interesting to you. I know it was like 25 minutes, but for those of you learning, I think you'll appreciate all those little steps. You'll feel more comfortable doing a trade next time you need to do one. If you just buy like the top 5 coins that are on Coinbase, you don't have to do any of this stuff. So if you just want to buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, for instance, you can just do it on Coinbase. But for those of you more advanced and you want some of these more obscure altcoins, then sometimes you have to go to these other exchanges and do as I did in this video. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you on more videos on neilsvideos.com, which is on YouTube. Bye-bye.